One. I think we're live. I think we are live. It says we're up and running. Let me check the broadcasts. Right. Let's check the broadcast, see if we're all good. Yeah, we're good. We're up and running. All right, everybody. Survivor Digest here. Josh O'Leary, Slipperhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel. And here we are. I have updated the drivers to my computer. If you guys have been tuning in to the programs here over on the channel, we got lots of programming here. I got a pro wrestling show. We got House Assembly. I've been having some issues. I updated a couple of the programs on my computer, and ever since then, none of them have been working right. I thought it was an internet issue. Turns out it's a little bit of both. It was a little bit of an internet issue, but also I needed some drivers updated, and so I got that taken care of, and it looks like we're up and running. So fingers crossed that everything stays smooth over here, because we're going to be taking a look today at the Survivor 50 tribes. Now, I know I'm late to the party here. I'm not your typical Survivor YouTuber, right? I'm not fully invested in that sauce, right? I take a little bit of each one. Not each one. I can't make content about every hobby that I have, every interest that I have. But Survivor, it just seemed fit. We used to talk about it some on Pro Wrestling Sauce. And eventually it was just a matter of time before we were like, yo, let's just give it its own programming, because I got to talk about this in full. And giving it 20 minutes on a wrestling show is not enough time. So here we are. Welcome in. I appreciate it here if you're live. I'm doing these live. And if you're not here live, then, come back and subscribe, and so it'll tell you when we are live. And it'll let you know when we're about to go up and talk some Survivor, if that's what you're interested in. Or if you're interested in pro wrestling, or if you're interested in comedy and just hanging out and having a good laugh. Whatever it may be. We'd love to have you around. We're going to get into the tribes here on Survivor 50. I've already gotten into the cast. I got a cast breakdown here on the channel, done about a month ago. Because it's been a lot of gearing up for Survivor 50. And we're almost there. Right? We're almost there. Exciting times. Oh, okay. Sorry, a couple beeps went off on my computer. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. If I have the sound hooked up to the desktop. All right. So the Survivor 50 tribes, like I said, I did the cast breakdown. Let me crack open my Coca-Cola. Let me get settled in here, because see, that puts pep in my step. That gets me going. I did the cast breakdown already, and I also did a stream covering their first vote outs, right, quote unquote. Their first, who they would be voting out right off the bat, and that's where we got our lovely soundbite over on House Assembly of Colby saying, "Oh hell, Debbie, I don't even know how to vote out yet. I haven't played yet." Or what's he say? "Oh hell, Debbie." Heard everybody's video in full that night, and tonight we're going to get into the Survivor 50 tribes. Enough lingering and talking about it, right? Come on, Josh, let's get into it. Let's get into these tribes now. I got a enhanced shot of the tribes, right? Enhanced shot of the tribes here. We're going to enhance so we can see the name of the tribe, because it's kind of blocked out the way I have it framed. We have the Celia tribe, we have the Kalo tribe, and we have the Vatu tribe. Orange, blue, and pink, purple? Something like that. Something like that. And we're going to get started. Tonight we're going to get started with the orange side. We're going to go orange side first, and I'll switch my camera over so we can see the purple a little bit better. We'll go orange side first. And we do have a shot of everybody here, just like we do in the thumbnail. And here's your tribes lined up. So your orange tribe's up there at the top. And look at everybody. Everybody looks good. Everybody looks really good. I'm just looking at the orange tribe right now. I'm just giving them a nice deep look. I'm looking at everybody, and just from looks alone, just off this picture, who do I think is the most prepared? Savannah. She just won. She's a fucking boss. Sari also just like what a beast. Like having those two stand side by side is insane in itself. Joe is awesome too. Everybody else can get lost. Um, I kid. I kid. Not everybody. Some of them. Christian Hubecki. He's 39 years old and he's from Tallahassee, Florida. I got this from Reddit, by the way, Survivor Reddit. I'm not a fan of the Survivor Reddit. They censor a lot over there. They don't believe in freedom of speech over on the Survivor Reddit. I much prefer Survivor Ponderosa. Good Reddit. They upvote my stuff all the time, and appreciate you over there at Survivor Ponderosa. Go over there and hang out if you want real Survivor chit chat with some fans. I'm sure there's some other Discords and chat logs you can join, right? I'm sure Rob has a podcast. Has everybody? It's a cult over there. That's a cult. Rob has a cult. Rob has more than a podcast at this point. Christian Hubecki. He's 39 years old, Tallahassee, Florida. He's on season 37. He's a neurotic robotic scientist. Yeah. I like Christian. Christian's fun. We've talked about him. What kind of? I think I threw an insult at Christian last time, and I apologize for that, Christian. I didn't mean to make fun of your physical appearance in any sense. But if I was gonna like draw a cartoon of a rocket scientist, it would probably like without knowing what Christian looked like, it would probably look like Christian. You know. Now, Christian, I'm not just looking at these people individual. I'm looking at the whole tribe over here, okay? This whole sheet of orange. Who do I think Christian's going to be allying with? Really, like what's Christian's alliance here? And looking at the spread that he has here, people are going to automatically say, let's put the two nerds together. Let's put Rick Devens and Christian together. And yes, they'll probably get along swimmingly. They both are kind of annoying. And I think they will get along swimmingly. Emily, possibly, in there too. For some reason, I see Sari kind of sticking with them. I don't know why. I just feel like Sari is going to latch herself to that. She drug Eric as far as he was in Micronesia. I could see her wanting to string along a couple of nerds. You know? Now, Sari, there's going to be a Jenna Lewis connection for sure. I mean, they're the two OGs here, the two real OGs on the on. I mean, Ozzy's a real OG too, but the two women OGs. Now, Sari, Jenna, and Ozzy, would that be an alliance? See, like, this tribe is kind of singling out Savannah, and I don't like it. This tribe is singling out Savannah already from the start. Look at this. Who is Savannah supposed to get along with here? Sari? Oh, hold up. Yeah, but you're scary. I'm back. What was I saying? Oh, Sari and Savannah could possibly do something, but I don't know, dude. I don't know. Oh yeah, I have this. I could put this up if I need the camera off. Forget. Just takes me off screen. Yeah, but I forget that I have that because yeah. This helps me read it a little bit better too. Doing this live, folks. I don't know. I don't see Sari working with Savannah for some reason. I feel like those two are going to clash. It's like putting the two ends of the magnet together. You know, it's just not going to work, in my opinion. And Ozzy is, I feel like, is always out for himself, to fiend for himself no matter what. But I can see him and Joe actually getting along. You know, Joe's an emotional guy. You see, as it says there, Eva protector. Like, Eva's getting a mention here. And it's all because of Joe. Now, I love Joe. I hated the whole Eva stuff, but I love Joe. Because Joe has superpowers. Joe can look at you with his piercing dad eyes and, you know, make you clean your room. So, Joe, on the, you know, Joe's kind of singled out too. Maybe Joe, Savannah, Sari. Now, this is just fantasy booking. You know, I'm just fantasy booking. I'm not, this isn't for serious, right? This isn't for serious. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Joe, Savannah, Sari. Dude, and honestly, Emily, you do not need to be teaming up with the nerds. Emily, stay blunt. Emily Blunt, stay blunt, and team up with the Strongs. That's what we need. We need you to team up with the Strongs and leave the nerds in the dust. Okay? This isn't going to be Revenge of the Nerds. Devins and Hubicki can get lost. All right? And I just want to mention here, Emily is the youngest person here at 30 years old on this tribe. And our oldest cast member, of course, being Sari Fields here at 54 years old. Will probably outsmoke most of these cast members. All right. So that's I don't know. Any more thought? I mean, I don't have any thoughts. If you got a question, feel free to leave it in the chat. Um, I've got no more thoughts on the Orange Tribe besides and this is just thoughts on the tribes as how they're going to work here, not flipping around, because I know that whoever can work with whoever once the tribes swap or go to two tribes or they merge. This is just talking standard ground, you know, the first couple of days here, how these tribes are going to really work out and click. I think if Savannah wants any chance at all, she's going to need to build a strongman team. A strongman team of her, Ozzy, Joe, Sari, and Emily. And they're going to need to isolate Christian, Joe, Jenna, and Rick. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And that'll save our sweet Savannah. Now let's go over to the Kalo tribe. All right, blue. They're in blue over here. Now, this is going to be the funnest tribe right off the bat to watch. If this is all we got, I would be okay with it. First of all, Coach. You have Coach. Okay? I just rewatched, I'm like halfway through Tocantins right now, rewatching some Tocantins. Coach is amazing. He only progresses as the seasons go along. As you guys know, my favorite, spoiler alert to the my favorite season of Survivor video, but it is South Pacific. I love South Pacific, one of my favorite seasons of Survivor. Absolutely chaotic. Really, it's what got me back into Survivor. I wasn't fully invested in the Survivor programming at the time, and then South Pacific kind of brought me back in for some reason. For some reason. That reason's Coach. All right. Now we've got Coach. We've got Jonathan, who are both like integrity, you know, loyal, play with your heart guys. And I think those two are definitely gonna bond. That is the first thing I thought when I looked at this tribe was those two are gonna bond. It's gonna be the Dragon Slayer and his big henchman. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Now, who are they going to recruit or bring in, or who's going to be actually willing to work with these guys? Camilla, first of all. Camilla, Camilla the Queen, Queen Camilla, right? She's a Canadian software engineer, and she's good at puzzles. She's also good at lying. She's a great liar. Um, Loves Coach, kind of a Coach fangirl. I can relate there. Nothing wrong with that, Camilla. Absolutely. Um, and I believe she's the youngest one. Nope, Charlie's the youngest one on this tribe. Okay. And D only 28. Gosh. Okay. Camilla, though, definitely wants to work with Coach and John. So I see Coach and John teaming up with Camilla. Now, who do they bring in? Because that's only three. Now, you need a strong core. You need a strong core. Definitely see Chrissy being brought in there. Chrissy's going to be brought in as a loyalist. She's going to want to work with Coach. She knows Coach is too powerful. Coach is too powerful. Honestly, he is. His whole just like cadence and his whole demeanor and his overall presence and aura just kind of captivate you and take you in. Coach is the best. And most of the people on this tribe probably know it. I think the hardest people that are going to have a hard time here is probably people like Charlie and D, of course. Charlie and D. Charlie might as well be a winner. And, Chrissy could say the same thing. She might as well be a winner. I don't think she stands out as much in recent memory as Charlie does. So I think that may have a negative effect on him. But nonetheless, Dee will have a bad time as well. I have a feeling it's just going to be hard for her. And now you have the two people at the bottom here as well, who I haven't mentioned yet. You have Mike White and Tiffany Irvin, who Tiffany rubbed me the wrong way in the last two live streams I did. I did a live stream with doing the cast breakdown, and I believe she had a couple comments in there that I wasn't too happy with. And then when they asked the cast who they would like to vote off, she picked two people. She couldn't even make a decision. She just picked two people, and I didn't like her willy-nilly silliness going on there. You can go back and check out my thoughts there. I'm not going to rehash it all, but Tiffany at the bottom, I just feel like she is going to go fly right under the radar. Unless someone points it out, and that person should probably be Coach, but to my dismay, he'll probably recruit her right in, which is fine. He needs the damn numbers. He needs the damn numbers, and to my dismay, it doesn't matter. Mike White, though. Mike White, I don't want him anywhere near anything. Honestly, I want him off this show as quickly as possible. The Mike White hype is, in my opinion, cringe. It is cringe to be like, oh, Mike White. I don't know, just like loving Mike White for some reason. Like, none of you guys have seen Chuck and Buck, huh? You guys seen Chuck and Buck? Come back to me when you watch Chuck and Buck. It's Mike White's first directorial debut. He stars in it as well. It is horrifying. It's kind of weird. It's never listed in his credentials down there. But yeah, Mike White of School of Rock, White Lotus fame. Also played on The Amazing Race. I don't know. I just don't like his whole... I think he's kind of just an asshole. He's an arrogant asshole. A Los Angeles... he's a Los Angeles turd is what he is. And I don't like him. I don't think he's going to vibe with Coach. And that's what I fear. I'm like, he's not going to vibe with Coach. He's the eldest on the team over here. Besmirching Coach by only a year. We all know that Coach, though, mentally is more wise than anyone here. Coach probably has, we all use like what? Like 15% of our brains. Coach is using like 80. Okay, all the time. And he's using the other percentage just for love and compassion. I could talk about this tribe all day, honestly. But yeah, Mike White, no. Get him out of here. He needs to be first gone. I think Charlie is looking at Mike White like, okay, that's my target. I've got to put all the heat on Mike White. If I don't put all the heat on Mike White, all the heat's gonna come on me. It's gonna, and I don't want that. You know, I yeah, that's definitely what's gonna happen. It's got me thinking though. No, Charlie Davis, he should definitely target Mike. Yeah, he should definitely target Mike out of everybody here. Mike should be his go-to vote out. If they go to tribal first, I would say, hey, we need to target Mike. This guy's made plenty of money. He's out here just stirring the pot, stirring chaos, instigating. We don't need any of that on our tribe. Come on, coach. We don't need any of that. Charlie would do himself a favor by doing something like that, I think. I think so. And you know what I want to do? I just kind of thought about it. You know what I want to do? I don't have. I wanted to do a winner pick for each one of these tribes. So who I would pick as a winner from each one. And I didn't do orange. So let's do orange. Let's see if we're still up and running. I did close the driver update worked. It is going down to 0, which is unnerving. But it seems to be fine. It seems to just be dropping to 0 and coming back. Yeah, we're okay. My winner pick from the orange tribe. Savannah Louie. I'm picking Savannah. She's got the a lot of work cut out for her. Everybody on this tribe has a lot of work cut out for them. Why not? I'm picking Savannah. Everybody thinks she's a winner. She's gonna, she's unknown. She's gonna get taken out. We'll see. We'll see. I'm picking Savannah just from the orange side. Now I've already covered orange and blue. For the blue team, you know who I'm gonna pick, Coach. Why would I go against anything else? I want all good juju to go towards Coach. All good vibes, prayers, thoughts. Throw everything in that direction towards Coach. Even if he didn't win, somehow let's just get it to where they make the edit seem like he did. Right? That's what we want. That's what Josh wants. So we've talked about orange. We've talked about blue. What are their names again? The Kalo is blue. Sela is orange. Now let's go over to the pink tribe, Vatu. The Vatu tribe. Colby Donaldson. Yes. Yes. I can't wait to see this comeback, dude. And look who he's beside there on the blue tribe. He's right beside Coach. And Coach smoked his ass on Heroes versus Villains. Everybody remembers that. It was hilarious. I strictly remember a Tyson. What was it? A Tyson confessional there where he's like, Colby might as well cut his wiener off or something like that because he just got manhandled by Coach, which I thought was like mean to say about Coach. Excuse me, guys. A little raspy tonight. Thought that was mean to say about Coach. Yeah, dude. Colby, he's back. Good Lord. Can't get my throat cleared here. Colby is back. And he's got the toughest road, if you ask me. Like, that's Colby. Like, that is the Colby. And I'd be marking out. If I'm Rizzo, I'm marking out. For sure. I'm marking out. I'm saying all the buzzwords. I'm hitting them all. This is cinema. I'm saying it all as soon as I see Colby. I'm like, holy smokes, it's Colby. Um, a little bit for Q too, just because he is very iconic. Um, as you see there, the Q skirt inventor and canceller of Christmas. Yeah, the Vatu tribe is insane. Now, people say that they see Aubrey and Angelina working together. Everybody wants to see Angelina, Aubrey, Genevieve work together. Everybody wants to leave out Stephanie, right? Everybody leaves out Stephanie because Stephanie's, not that well liked. I think it's like a 50-50 split amongst the Survivor community, really, on whether how they feel about Stephanie LaGrossa Kendrick, who has played on 3 seasons and has been back in the public eye with, um, what was it, Traders? And I think she did something else. I'm not sure. Um, but here she is making her return. She's got it cut out for her too, but I could see her making a run for it, dude. I think if everybody thinks that her and Q are gonna have issue. I don't think so. I think Q did the right thing by being overbearing and a little bit annoying, maybe commenting and trying to pregame on Instagram, which is what he's accused of by Stephanie herself. She said Q was like the weirdest guy, and here they are on a tribe together. I think they could make a connection. Um, if what everybody wants to happen with Angelina, Aubrey, and Genevieve getting together, I think that Stephanie, Q, Rizzo, Kyle, and Colby could do something if they wanted to. If they wanted to. But it won't happen. I don't That's not what I'm predicting here. That's not what I'm predicting at all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we still live? Yeah, we're still live. Hmm. Can't tell if it's running or not. Yeah, it's still running. I know that YouTube was having some issues earlier though, and Twitch was completely down earlier. I know that. Um, yeah. Hopefully we're all good. Um, it definitely has something to do with the internet at this point because the drivers are updated. So if it just dropped to that, I don't know what the issue is. But yeah, and then Q's gonna be an insane psycho. He's gonna be an insane psycho. I've heard many people say we're gonna see Q play many more times, and I believe it. I believe it. Um, Q though, I feel like is definitely if these guys go to tribal first, he's gonna have eyes all over him. The only thing protecting him is the winner, Kyle, who's there, and I believe that Q and Riz God have enough convincing to be like, hey, this guy won. Let's get him out of here. That makes the most sense to me on what's going to happen. Kyle is actually my pick to get booted first from the show. I just think so. I'm like, Kyle needs to go. We're from the same hometown of Roanoke, Virginia. I don't think that Roanoke has that much luck on its side. It is not happening. So Kyle is my pick for to get taken out here. Uh, he defeated Joe Hunter and Eva Erica's alliance at Final Tribal. Wow, that's his credentials there. Um, yeah, dude. I don't know, dude. Genevieve, I can see her making a nice, solid run in this thing, dude. A nice, solid run. Mastermind of Operation Italy. I mean, that is the highest rated Survivor episode of all time. So, good on her. I hope she makes a big run. I hope she teams up with Colby, dude. I hope she teams up with. This is who I want. What I want to happen. I hope it's Genevieve, Colby, Aubrey, maybe. I'm not the biggest Aubrey fan, actually. I'd rather have Angelina. Uh, Genevieve, Colby, Angelina, and Q. That's the core four. Give me that as the core four. I'd be down with that. You can interchange Q or Rizzo. I like Rizzo too. I don't mind him. Um, yeah, those are the core four. Anybody else can go. My winner from this side though. My winner. Angelina. I'm gonna go with Angelina. I'm gonna go with Angelina, dude. I got Angelina for the pink, and I got uh, Coach for the blue, and I got Savannah for the orange. Those are my winner picks from each one of these tribes. There's going to be connections made all over the place here. I know there's going to be connections, considering that the Survivor mixes it up. There's going to be a tribe swap. They maybe go to two tribes at some point. They may, there's going to be the merge. And there'll probably be at least three people gone in this premiere episode. Heavens knows, possibly four. So we'll see where we are after this coming Wednesday with our 3-hour premiere on CBS. But yeah, these are just my picks just on the tribe side for those like three, maybe those 2, maybe 3, 4 days that everybody here is together as one solid tribe. They better not be thinking about sticking together too long, because this is Survivor, and you know that they'll just switch it up as quickly as they put them together. They'll tear them all apart. Who do I wish now could be working together right off the bat? Is there anybody I wish that could be working together right off the bat? Let me take a deeper look here. Right, let me take a deeper look. Enhance. Coach has it made out perfect, I feel like, because Coach has John and he has Camilla, and that's what I like. And he can pull in anybody. So Blue Tribe, I feel like, is perfect. Like, that's a perfect tribe to me. We don't need anybody else over there. Like, I wouldn't want Colby disrupting it. I mean, I like other people, but I wouldn't want those people over here disrupting Coach's game for those first 3 days. Like Ozzy, who cost Coach his $1 million, right? I guess you could say Coach cost him $1 million as well. But let's be real, Ozzy wasn't going to get any votes. He didn't the first time. That's not true. That's not true. Cook Islands was a detriment because I was an Ozzy head. I loved Ozzy. Right, I was a ripe young age of like 12 years old, and I loved Ozzy. Thought he was awesome. He was my favorite, and him and Fairplay. I loved Fairplay too. Just because he was annoying, and I liked the villain. I always liked the villain. Ozzy was like the superhero, the baby face, and then you had the villain, which was Fairplay. Different seasons, but still. And of course, Ozzy screwing Coach, like I said, out of the South Pacific. Oh, we're back. We disconnected and reconnected. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Our internet is dropping in and out. I was super sick though with the flu, and I watched that trailer, and I remember seeing Christian with a full beard. So I was like, Christian makes it pretty decently far into the game, at least. At least a few days. I don't know how fast that facial hair grows for Christian, but at least a few days. And I remember him saying, Jimmy Fallon could decide my fate in this game. And then I immediately barfed. I immediately projectile vomited all over the place. It was disgusting. And that was right after I'd gotten done projectile vomiting because Donald Trump was giving a speech on TV, interrupting my Survivor 49 premiere. So the vomit just kept on rolling. And then they were like, here's the Survivor 50 trailer. Mr. Beast. Blood! Jimmy Fallon could decide my fate in this game. Blood! Disgusting. Disgusting stuff. But I'm excited to see Christian make it far. I'm not that excited. Who am I least excited for? Rick Devens. Rick Devens. D. I'm not a big D head. I don't know. D. Everybody loves D, and like I don't know. D just lobbies too hard, and I don't know. She comes off as phony baloney to me, man. I'm not buying what she's putting down. I like Camilla. Camilla, I'm rooting hard for Camilla. Um, Mike White. Mike White's got to go. So Rick, Mike White, those guys are right beside each other. They can get the hell out of here. I don't want them anywhere near the show. In fact, you could have taken them off, put somebody else in here. I know people say, oh, you could have taken the 49 people off, put somebody else in here. No, you couldn't have. The new era needed a solid core if they were going to put all these other people in here. I know you say, oh, what about people from Genevieve's season? She's the only one for 47. We could have had Sam Phelan in here, which we should have, because I'm a big Sam fan. I think Sam is very smart, and I think he would have been a great addition to this cast, but um, we didn't need to get rid of the 49s to have him in here. We could have not had Mike White, right? Do we really need more Mike White? Mike White was not that entertaining to me on that season on David versus Goliath. I thought he was just an annoying turd, Mr. Schneebly. Like, get him out of here, man. Rick Devens, also an annoying little turd. Um, yeah, just I don't like the turds. Flush them. I'm done. Yeah, these are our tribes, man. These are our tribes. I broke them down to the best of my ability, and this was also like a test stream. I was just testing really to see if the stream was gonna be okay. Now I didn't do this through Discord, so I don't know if this is gonna be, you know, a proper routine stream, and it looks like it's more of an internet connectivity issue because the internet just randomly dropped out of nowhere, and we're running nice and smooth. So um, we've been running nice and smooth all night per se, besides just a few moments where the stream dropped out entirely, which is strange, dude. But that's okay. We broke it down here. What were our tribe names again? Let's take another look at these guys. Let's just take one more look at our cast here. Wow, dude. See, look at Mike. Look how smug Mike White is back there. He's just smug back there. He's like, meh, shrimp cocktail, meh. Get him out of here. Look at Coach, though. God damn, dude. Like, Coach, look at that. The Coach's face, someone should just Photoshop Coach's face into the sun, because that's what it feels like, looking at it. It feels like I'm just looking at the sun, and the rays are just coming in, and they're giving me the vitamins I need. Coach rules. Honestly, Chrissy looks good too. She looks happy. Everybody looks genuinely happy. I can tell. Mike looks like he's like, oh, God, I wish I could go back to LA and smell a fart that's mine in a jar. Like, I don't know. And Jonathan looks badass. He should be a WWE wrestler, by the way. I don't know if I've said that yet, but Jonathan, maybe give the Performance Center a call. Maybe give the WWE Performance Center a call and see what they're cooking up. Yeah, man. Everybody looks really good, you know. Kyle's weirdly buff, too. Kyle's head doesn't match his buff body, dude. Kyle's weird lawyer head doesn't match his buff body. Right? At least I don't think so. Aubrey just looks like a cool, like, art teacher. Just a cool art teacher down there. Like, that's Mrs. Bracco. Right? I think the bottom tribe looks the worst out of the pictures. I think they look the worst. I think they look, they don't look strong. That does not look like a strong tribe, dude. Like, Q sucks at challenges. Colby famously sucks at challenges after Australia. I know he's a challenge beast in Australia, but after that, good lord, the stinkers that guy's puts on. Like, Genevieve probably the strongest person on this tribe. Genevieve and Angelina. Like, Aubrey's gotten worse each time she's played. Let's be real. But those top two tribes, they look really good. I like how they're for some reason they're a lot bigger than the guys on the bottom. That's funny. That's really funny. All right. Well, there you go. There's your Survivor 50 tribe breakdown there. I already broke down the cast, like I said. You can check that out in the playlist here in Survivor Digest. And you can also check out where I looked at them voting out somebody right off the bat before they even knew what was going on. Some of them voted out people on their own tribe, didn't even know what was going on yet. Um, some of them voted out people on other tribes, they didn't know what was going on yet, you know? It's just how it goes. I got into more detail there, and I'll be covering this thing in full. We got a 3-hour premiere this Wednesday on CBS, and normally Pro Wrestling Sauce is on Wednesdays at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time right here on the Super House Extra Extra YouTube channel, but it will not be this Wednesday. It will be on Thursday this week due to the length of Survivor. Now, I don't know how long those episodes of Survivor are going to be after that, but I'm pretty sure we'll just go back to our regular scheduled programming. So, Survivor 50 premiere, 3 hours long. Am I going to do an initial reaction afterwards? Yes. Yes. Initial reaction, that's my idea, is the initial reaction right after Survivor 50 goes off the air. This will not be my breakdown. This will just be my initial reaction. It'll be a quick 10 to 20 minute video live here on the channel, right here in Survivor Digest. So we will be live immediately following the episode, just for like 10, 20, hanging out here, giving my initial reaction before I do the full breakdown on Friday. Since the Pro Wrestling Show will be on Thursday, I'll do the full breakdown of Survivor 50 on Fridays. So that's how things are going to go for this schedule of Survivor 50. All right. Everything looks good over on the stream end. By the way, I said this was a test stream, yes, and the test looks okay. I mean, there's a couple times where the stream dropped out, but it looks okay. Thank you guys for being here. Like, share, and subscribe. You know, do all that stuff that YouTube wants you to do. I hate saying that shit. I mean, you'll like it, you'll subscribe it if you want to. Come back and hang out with me sometime. Check out House Assembly Sundays at 9 right here on the channel. Pro Wrestling Sauce Wednesdays at 10:15 live Eastern Standard Time right here on the Super House Extra Extra YouTube channel, and available on all your podcast streaming platforms. My parting words. My parting words is go coach.